Hello traders, it's your one and only forex skill coach Team Legend, and I'm super excited having you guys on this today because today I'll be doing a lot of working. Okay, when we were in school back then and they give us a math question, they will say show all working, isn't it? Yeah, so today I'll be showing the workings on how to really analyze the markets. Okay, because this is one thing that is very difficult for a lot of traders, especially new traders. Okay, so today I'll be doing that for a lot of us so that we can see how I analyze my markets. All right, and I'll be taking example from the volatility index. I'm making this video, as you can see, on the 19th of December, which is on a Saturday, and we all know that the currency pairs don't trade on a Saturday, on a weekend. Okay, rather it trades the weekdays. So currently I'll be using the volatility markets to do this trading. All right, so as you can see, currently I'm gradually getting into profits. Okay, I'm gradually getting into profits of on my trade, which I'm currently running. Okay, so because this trade is gonna be quite long. Okay, so I don't want to do something I didn't plan to do, so I'll just have to get up the market right now. All right, later I'll continue my trading. Okay, so I'll get up the market right now so that I can be more focused on this training for you guys. Okay, I'll get up the market. With this is a little loss, but no problem. Okay, no problem. So now I know you must have seen several videos on how to really analyze the markets. Okay, but I don't know if you have seen a video where someone is analyzing the market even on phone. Okay, so I believe you've seen several videos on how to really analyze the markets, but I guess you always see it in the trainer trains you with his or her laptop, right? But I came to notice that not everybody really has a laptop, and sometimes it could get a bit confusing for some traders when they see trainings on the laptop. Meanwhile, they are using a phone, and they kind of like, okay, since I use a phone, how do I analyze this market with my phone? So that is why I'm gonna do this analysis today, even on my phone. As you can see the interface, so you should know is my phone. All right, so I believe this is gonna help quite a lot of traders who do not have a laptop but use their phone. So with this, you're gonna learn how to analyze the markets. Okay, so we're gonna focus on two basic things, which is number one, the trend, and the support and resistance. Okay, the trend and the support and resistance. All right, so with these two things, you'll be able to do quite a lot in the market, even though it's not enough, even though it's not all, but you're gonna do quite a lot in the market. All right, so I'll give me a few seconds to turn on my pointer. Okay, so all right, now the first thing you want to do when you want to analyze the markets, the first thing you want to do, okay, is to rotate your screen. All right, so I will rotate my screen right now like this. Good. Once you have rotated your screen, the next thing you want to do, all right, is to go down to the let's say this is the last zoom level, right? This is the last zoom level. Some people do use this kind of a zoom level, all right, while some will take it up one. Okay, just to make it a bit clearer. That's the second thing you want to do. And the third thing you want to do is to head over to a higher time frame. So I'll be using 4-hour time frame. Okay, this is the analysis I made earlier, which I'm using to trade currently, but I will remove it right now so I can start afresh completely. Okay, remove it right now so I can start afresh completely. Okay guys, so now as you can see, this is a naked chart. Okay, is a naked chart, as you can see. And now we are in the 4-hour time frame. So we want to now, what do we want to do here? We want to understand the market. The first thing you want to do is to understand the market. What do I mean by understand the market? You want to understand, is the market trending or is it consolidating? Okay, these are two steps in the forex trade. It can either trend or it can either consolidate. Okay, so currently, if we try to observe, we'll understand that this is actually a downtrend. As you can see, I'll use my arrow. Where do I have the arrow? Okay, this is actually a downtrend. I'll change the color. I'll change the color to, let's make it black so we can see clearly. Make it 3 pixel. Done. Okay, so as you can see, currently this is what a downtrend. Okay, this is a downtrend. All right, and you can actually use an indicator like the moving average 200 or 300 or so to figure out the trend also. Okay, but today's training, I'm gonna teach you this thing basically on a naked chart. I'm not going to use indicators. Okay, already I have this indicator here, which is the ADX. I use the ADX, which is the average directional movement, to know when the market is actually trending or consolidating. All right, I've made some videos where I explained how it works to you guys. Okay, and I will explain it again once again. In the ADX indicator, whenever the trend is above 26.00, it means the market is trending, and if it's below, it means the market is consolidating. Okay, so that's that for that, but I'll remove it right now because I don't want to work with indicators right now. So here is a complete naked chart. All right, 7 minutes. I don't want it to be too long. So now we have figured out that the trend that the market is currently trending in the 4-hour charts. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is to input our support and resistance. We want to know where are the support and resistance zones. Okay, support and resistance zones are very important to know because that is what determines the market. The market moves with support and it moves with resistance. Now, what is support and resistance? I'll give you a quick example. Now I'll be putting two lines here, right? Now, what is support and what is resistance? Support is always below and resistance is always above. Take note. Support is always below and resistance is always above. Okay, now what is a support? Support is something that can when something is able to help you go up. If something is able to help you move further, if something is able to help you move upward. All right, now we can say in the normal human sense, we can say if something is able to help you move further, is supporting you, isn't it? But in the forex market, because the trend is either up or down, it does not move backward. All right, it moves either up or down. Then we can say in forex market, support is actually helping you move upward, while resistance why resistance prevents you from moving upward, rather it pushes you back downward in the forex market. Okay, so we take resistance level as a ceiling in a house, and we take the support level as the floor. Now, for you to touch the ceiling, you need to jump from the support, which is the floor, up to the ceiling, right? Okay, let's use a ball. Okay, we use a ball for example. When you bounce a ball, where does it touch first? It touches the floor, which is the support, and then gains enough strength to spring up to the ceiling. And then because of the ceiling is there, it does what? It resists the ball from going further, and rather push it back to support. Okay, so this is what support and resistance really means in the forex market. Okay, so now how do we apply the support and resistance? In fact, the question is, what is the business of support and resistance in the forex markets? Now, the business of support and resistance in the market is a we the forex, the support and resistance is identified as a zone. Okay, is identified as a zone as in a particular area where something has happened before in the forex market. Is a particular area or a particular level where something has happened before. Now, if we take, for instance, I'll place a simple support now. Okay, so I'll take it here, I'll put it here. Here is a support. Okay, for you to see it clearly, let me just zoom it out a bit more, okay, so that it will be more clear to you. Okay, so but the reason why I zoomed it down is because I want to see a bigger picture. Okay, so because since we're working on our phone now, I'll put a resistance here. I'll put a resistance here. Okay, wait, let me take it up a bit. I'll put a resistance here, or let me take it down this way. I'll put a resistance here. Okay, now, like I said, is a zone where something has happened before, right? Okay, so let me zoom it down. Okay, let me turn something on my brush. Okay, good. Now, here we have this area as a support zone. Okay, we have here as a resistance zone. Okay, we have here as a new resistance zone. I will explain that later. Let me just map out a lot of things we have here. Okay, and looking closely, we also have something here. This area, I'll clean it. Let me make it up. Something here, we have something here. Okay, I hope I'll be able to draw this well. We have something here. Okay, all right, now, okay, so now we get to notice that things have happened in these areas before. Things have happened in this area. Okay, so let me use my arrow. Okay, now we get to notice that at this junction, okay, you can see the wick of the candlestick touched my line, isn't it? So something happened here sometime. All right, since we're in the 4-hour charts, so it means a lot of hours ago, even days ago. All right, something happened here. Something happened here too, as you can see here. All right, there was a resistance here. There was a resistance here. There was also a resistance here. Okay, so if we look at the support zone where I placed this for support, there was a support here. There was a resistance here. There was a support at this place. You can see this little place. Let me zoom it out a bit. Okay, so it will be clearer. There was support here, resistance here. There was support here. There was resistance here. Okay, let's keep moving. Now let's keep moving and see. There was resistance here. There was resistance. Okay, let's keep moving first. There was also resistance here, and we keep moving. All right, there was support here. All right, there was support here. Don't forget, this was our resistance line, right? But now it's serving here as support. It was serving here as support before it turned into resistance, and I will explain that in a bit. There was resistance here. So let's go back to our normal charts. So as you can see, we have this line to have served as a support zone before and now serving as a resistance zone. Why is that? Now the simple answer for that is when the trend is below this line is a resistance to the trend. But once the trend breaks out through the line and goes upward, this line automatically turns into what? A support line, a support zone. Okay, so don't get it twisted. This line also that you can see here is serving as a resistance. Now was once a support to this level. As you can see, it was once a support here. All right, it went up and broke down, went up and then broke down and turned into a resistance. As you can see, when it broke down to this level, trying to go back up became uneasy. Instead of it going back up, it went down, because here had turned into a strong resistance zone. Okay, so this is for you to know the things that the various things that prevents the trend from actually moving up or down. Okay, support and resistance. That is why it's always important that while you are analyzing your market, you first of all figure out the support and resistance of the market. Okay, so now I will go straight into spotting out the obvious support and resistance zones of this trend, so that we can actually know what will happen next. Okay, so let's begin. I'll put my trend line here. Okay, now another secret you need to understand is in order for you to be able to place your trend line well, because you don't just take a trend line and put, okay, you don't just take a trend line and put it on the charts. Okay, and another thing is, do not soil your chart with so much trend lines. If not, you wouldn't even know when to make entries. Okay, you need at least few trend lines to identify some real and perfect support and resistance zones. And how to really identify that is, when you are putting your support and resistance zone, make sure it is able to figure out at least 3 to 4 support or resistance zones. Like this one I just placed now, you can see here was a resistance zone 1, here was another one 2, here was another one 3. Okay, I don't need to check back, because I know if I check back I will still find some places where it could have served as support or resistance. Okay, but since I have been able to figure out 1, 2 and 3, I'm good to go. So I would place another one, because I'm still seeing some obvious places. Okay, here, all right, you can see it served 1, it served 1 resistance, it served 2 resistance, here 3 resistance. Okay, here it served as support, here it served as support, here it served as resistance. Okay, so it's an obvious one. Okay, so the next one I want to do is I want to put one here, because this place automatically is now a new resistance zone. Okay, and if you try to observe, because you might be like, hey Tim, but that place you put, there's no trend around here. But don't get it twisted. If you see, here was 1 and also here is 2. You can see, let me zoom it up a bit so you can see clearly. Here is 1, right, and here now is 2. Here is now a resistance. Is a support here going up, supporting it to go up, but now is a resistance here, preventing it from going up, rather going down. Okay, so is an obvious one. All right, even though it's not up to 2, even though it's not up to 3, at least is up to 2, and we are good to go. Okay, so now we have been able to use the 4-hour time frame to spot out obvious support and resistance zones. Okay, now let us go over to the 1-hour chart. When we go to the 1-hour chart, we see a clearer picture of what we just created in the 4-hour charts, right? And now the question now is, what next do I do from here? Okay, because a lot of traders really know how to spot out their support and resistance zones, but the thing that they find difficult is what to do next after spotting it out. Now here is the idea. Now, like I've told you earlier, that the support zone is a zone where the trend was able to gain help to go up, and the resistance zone is the zone where the trend was prevented from moving up further, but rather was pushed down. Okay, so the big idea simply means that since we have been able to spot out these zones, all right, and we have spotted out the closest zone to the mount of the trend, okay, which is the trend. Okay, now there's every tendency for this market to keep going down, or rather there's every tendency for this market to decide to want to go back up. Okay, if this market decides to go back up, it means it has spotted out, it has automatically spotted out a new support level. Whenever the market spots out a new support level, it will always want to bounce up. Remember, as I explained it to you, support means help to go up, and resistance means prevention from going up further, but rather going down. So if this market decides to turn back up, it means it has gained a new support, right? So if it has gained a new support, it means that support will have to want to push it back to go and retest the ceiling of the house, which is the resistance. Okay, so let me take it up again. Now in this 1 hour time frame, as you can see, let's go back to the 4 hour time frame. In the 4 hour time frame, this is it, right? And now we go to the 1 hour time frame, and we get to notice that some new set of resistance level have been identified. Support level have been identified. So you can actually map that out. This is it. Okay, you can map it out and probably change the color so that you would be able to figure out. So I would need to make this. Where am I? Okay, I will need to, sorry guys, I want to change the color of something. Okay, so this new zone, I want to change the color to maybe, let's say, red, so that I can be able to identify the fact that it was under the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so I will go back to my, all right, so this is a new support level, right? And if we notice, the support level pushed the trend going back up, and it retested the resistance zone. And once it retested it, what happened? It prevented it from going further and pushed it down with force. Okay, and then it broke through. All right, when it broke through, what happened? The bearish trend continued going down, isn't it? So this implies that here is now a new support level, right? And since this trend has crossed down, it will begin to serve as a resistance level anytime soon. Okay, but if this trend was able to break through this resistance zone and break through, there's every tendency for this trend to keep going up to retest here before it goes back down. Okay, and if it eventually breaks through here and continues going up, there's every tendency for this market to automatically turn into a new uptrend. Okay, so now we have this to have bounced back and also crossed this new support level going down, right? So if you want to trade according to the 1 hour time frame at this level right now, okay, when it was here, when it bounced here and was beginning to come down, could have been a better time to place a sell trade, because there's every tendency that since it has touched the resistance zone and is going back, there's every tendency for it to go straight down and touch the new support level. Okay, so you could have you could have taken entries from somewhere here. All right, let me bring out my this. Okay, so there's every tendency for you to have taken your entry from somewhere here, okay, and then take good entries up to this new support zone and take your profits, and then watch out what will happen next. And then when you find out that it broke through the support zone and kept on going down, there's every tendency for you to take your bearish market trend. There's every tendency for you to go short, okay, and place your sell to keep selling. All right, so now we have been able to also spot out a new support level in the 1 hour time frame. Now we also have to check the 30 minutes time frame. This is how I analyze my markets, okay? And now in the 30 minutes time frame, we're able to see clearer what is happening. And here we can find out that the market is actually trying to push back up. Why is it pushing back up? It simply means it has seen a support here. So for us to figure out what the support is all about, let us go to something like the 5-minute time frame. Now in the 5-minute time frame, you can see clearly that this is the zone that is supporting this trend to go up. Now for this, so since we're in the 5-minute time frame, we can then decide to put a new line here. Okay, so this is a new support zone. And if we let's go straight to the 4-hour time frame, figuring out something. Let's figure out something. Now you can remember the last green line. Okay, so let's see, it could have sat. Okay, now if we can see, let me zoom up, you would notice that this line, which we were able to spot out from the 5-minute time frame, was once in history serving as a support level also. Okay, it was once serving as support level here, as you can see. It was once serving as a resistance level here, as you can see. So it means something had happened here in the history. Forex is all about history. That's what it means, guys. So let's go back to a 5-minute time frame. So it means this line, this zone, something had happened here sometime. So this is a very strong support zone right now. So there's every tendency for this market to fully go up and hit this resistance zone before it bounces back to its downtrend. Okay, so what do you want to do right now? Before I say that, let me go to the 1-minute time frame and also see what's happening. You can see this is the support, trying to push it back up. All right, don't always get scared of the play arounds. Okay, when the market is playing around, don't get scared. Okay, just be patient and observe what is happening. All right, at this time when this kind of thing is happening, I don't advise you to take any trade until you are able to identify what's happening. This support zone has pushed the trend up, right? So there's every tendency for this trend to go and touch this resistance zone, and there's also a tendency for it to stop here and begin to go down. You know, when you bounce a ball a bit, boom, and it goes up and it comes down. But if you bounce it hard, it goes up, right? So whenever you see a trend that moves and it doesn't touch your resistance zone, but rather comes here and turns back, it simply means the bounce wasn't so strong enough. Okay, so all you want to do is to be patient and watch out what happens. So that now, as you're watching out what happens, there's every tendency for this market now to move and break through this support zone and keep going down. Once you see it break through the support zone and it's still going down, you go to your 15-minute time frame. And when you go to your 15-minute time frame and notice that it has broken down 15 minutes after, okay, it has broken down this last support zone 15 minutes after, you can decide to give it a 30 minutes look. If you notice in the 30 minutes time frame that it has also broken, you can also decide to be patient a bit to give it a 1-hour look. And once you see in the 1-hour look that it has still broken down this zone, then you know it's a good time to buy. All right, but for me, sometimes I don't like waiting up to 1 hour, because sometimes 1 hour could be late entry. So I always prefer using the 30 minutes time frame. So when I look from the 30 minutes time frame that it has broken through, I can then decide to place a sell. Okay, so I hope this training is helpful to you guys. Okay, so let us try to see, why did this market stop here and go down, and it's going down? Why didn't it get to this obvious resistance level that we drew before? If we try to observe, we can see something like this. You place it exactly where it stopped. Okay, once you place it exactly where it stopped, you notice, okay, so this is where it stopped, right? And then you get to notice that there was a stop also here before. You can see the market was bullish before, and this zone stopped it. Okay, and if we try to observe again, let's see. Remember, this is what we're looking at. So I want to go to the 4-hour time frame, the one at the center, right? Let us see what must have happened sometime in history. Okay, we'll zoom out a bit. we zoom out a bit, and then let's observe if this has served as a resistance or a support zone before. As you can see at this time, let me bring out my arrow. Okay, as you can see at this zone, where is that? As you can see, it served as a support zone here sometime. As you can see, guys. Okay, as you can see, it served here as a resistance zone sometime in history. So everything that happens in the forex market in the present had once happened in history. So now we are able to figure out the reason why this market had to go down. Okay, now as you can see, it started going down because of this zone. All right, and now it's beginning to go back up. It really wants to make sure it touches here, so you just have to be patient. So when the market is doing this on this range, it simply means the market is consolidating. All right, it's trying to choose where to go. So according to the 1 minute time frame, the market is currently consolidating until it breaks through a support or a resistance zone. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if it was, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so that whenever I release awesome videos like this, guys, you get notified. All right, so for the meantime, stay safe, all right, and keep winning, guys. We all need to keep winning, and we are gonna keep winning in the Bullish Bay Academy. Don't forget to join my Telegram channel if you haven't. It's very important you join there because I do teach a lot there, and I do give some free signals there. So I don't want you to miss a dime. Okay, so make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel here and join my Telegram channel. Thank you very much. I remain your one and only forex skill coach, Tim Legend.